Hello, my name is Don and welcome to episode 27 of Follow my Football Manager Let's Play with Rangers. And I'm also going to welcome you to probably the least convincing title challenge from two teams in history. To be quite honest, form for both Rangers and Celtic have been absolutely atrocious since the split, or even just since before the split. To be honest, we obviously got back up and then our form went sort of at the last Old Firm game, and it's going to be a double header as well because we've got the Scottish Cup final coming up, but this is not good preparation. So after the Hearts game where we drew 2-2, we beat Motherwell 4-1, sort of a rotated team. Went with a similar team against Hearts. To be honest, I meant to make changes and I made all these changes to the bench, and I just forgot to look at the first team. So Ryu came on, scored 2 goals to save us a point. Then we went to Dundee. A Kevin Gomez own goal opened the scoring, and then a Zach Rudden goal sealed the points. Before we played Hibs for our third 2-2 game, and another one where we've had to come from 2 behind to get a point. Ozturk and Pozibon with the goals. Then in Inverness we lost 3-0. Ozturk got sent off. Can I show you this? Can I show you the sending off? Listen, it's a foul. I'm not disputing that. I'm not convinced it is a professional foul though. If you look, they've got through. Show me how that is a professional foul. I've appealed it and got denied. Tell me how Lee Wallace is not getting there. You can see the defender's not going that quick. Lee Wallace has Ozturk covered here. It is not a professional foul. Wallace is actually there by the time the foul is completed. So Wallace always has that. It is not a professional foul. It is not a red card. It's a yellow card at worst. The SFA refused to appeal the ban. It is what it is, so we're without Ozturk for this game. That was made even worse. Tavernier picked up an injury in training. Yippee. And then that followed by Mackay picking up an injury in training. Yippee. And to add all that, I think it's Harry Forrester picked up an injury in training. So we're missing Tavernier, Ozturk, Mackay and Walker, who would all be considered first team players. Sheaf, who would be considered a bench player, and Harry Forrester, who would probably get on the bench with this situation. So we're missing 6 players who are in and around that top 16 players. Vasilis has also made his debut in recent games. He came on twice against Hibs and Hearts, I think. Devlin's going to have to come in anyway. I'll work all this out in a minute, but I was just sort of doing that. Celtic's form though has been quite similar. Obviously they started slipping up before the last episode. So the last episode, I think that was about, so they played Hibs last episode and lost 3-0. They won 3-1 away to Inverness, which is obviously better than what we did. Then they drew away to Hibs, won at home to Hearts, and then lost to Dundee again to a double from Joe Dodo, paying off that selling fee that we gave him. Thank you very much, Joe. And that leaves us here with the league table looking like this. 82 points apiece. The most anyone can get is 85 points, which is where we were last season. Going into the split, it looked like both teams would blitz that. I was expecting both teams to finish above 90 points, which hasn't been done yet. But both our form has been absolutely diabolical to close out the season, obviously. So we have an 18 goal advantage, going into this game, which means it's another title decided at Ibrox, but a draw is good enough for us. To say I'm nervous, it doesn't even cut it. And then after that, we've got about a week's break before we have Hibs in the Scottish Cup final, which again will be another tough game. So 2 massive games this episode, and to be honest, I'm absolutely bricking it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a bit different, and I'm going to do this more often, and I'm going to select the team, have a think about it, because I looked at the last episode back, and I spent about a good 2 or 3 minutes just humming and hawing about who to select. And I don't really want to do that because I don't think it'll be good to watch. I don't think it'll be very entertaining for you guys. I certainly didn't enjoy watching it back. So in future, I'm going to go and select the team, and then I'll take you through the team. Well, through the teams in the match. So I'll do that for every single game from now on, just because, as I said, I just don't think it's good to watch. So I'm going to go and select the team, and I will see you in the game. Here we are in the game. I've decided to go for the 4-5-1. Bookies are making us favourites, the media are making Celtic favourites. And obviously our injuries are all big misses, so as I'm pressing skip forward, this is the formation I went with. I went with 4-5-1 with Rossiter marshalling the midfield. Basically I thought a draw is good enough for us, so we don't really need to go and press Celtic. Ronan Miller got the nod over Cammy Kerr purely because of match fitness. Sam Nicholson also struggling on that front. I was tempted to switch Rio across, but I decided against it. If we score, I might go even more defensive, to be honest, because a draw is good enough for us. And I don't think we really need to be charging Celtic too much. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this. Let's give the fans a performance. Come on. It's not like me say we win the title today if we win, or whatever, but whatever. That's fine. And then I'm going to go to player instructions. I'm going to get Devlin to mark specific player Lee Griffiths, please. And Rossiter, actually no, Thompson, just because he's further forward, it makes more sense. No, I don't want you to mark the goalkeeper. I want you to mark Tom Rogic. Be a bit embarrassing I'm marking the goalkeeper, to be honest. So this is about as defensive as we've got in our tactics to start with, and I'm hoping that it can hold us out for a 0-0. If we score, as I said, I'm going to go even more defensive at half time, and I will put everyone behind the ball almost. I'll probably leave, it'll be a good sort of wall type formation. Not that it won't be the exact sort of wall, it'll be my sort of variation of it. It'll be slightly more adventurous, but with the same sort of logic to it. Rob Elliott with a free kick. Already more highlights in the last Old Firm game. Devlin wins it in the air. Can't get it to a Rangers shirt though. Pepe Lou. Think he was their £10 million man. Bergstaller. Moran. Bergstaller. Cleared again. Only as far as a Celtic shirt though. Rogic. Moran. We're looking a bit all over the place right now. Moran. Rogic. Can't. Eric Moran again. Lustig. Good save from the keeper. It's fallen to Lee Griffiths in the box. That's a dangerous thing. And Devlin on the tight marking is there, stopping Lee Griffiths getting any breathing space. Went for Devlin to mark because he has better marking than Vincent Sasso. So I felt that made a bit more sense. Ugh, the nerves here, by the way, guys. I don't think I can do many more Old Firm title deciders, particularly on the last day of the season. Just so nervous right now. Ryu clears to Rudden. He's got Sam Nicholson in lots of space, and Sam Nicholson has a bit of pace about him. And he's been selfish. Rudden was coming into the box in loads of space. Nicholson went himself and put it wide. Come on, 0-0 at half time. We are still winning the league right now. This is good news. You're performing well. Nice one, is what I'm going to say. And before we even come out for the second half, I want to have a look at Celtic's formation. I want to see if they're changing anything, basically. So I'm just going to keep that up in that top left hand corner. I can't move it any higher, unfortunately. Come on. 0-0 works for us. Just keep it tight. Just keep it tight. Our front three are obviously a bit isolated right now, which isn't ideal. I'm going to make a sub, and I'm going to bring on... even my defensive sub doesn't. Jack Thompson's match fitness letting him down a little bit. I guess I'm going to go for Willock for Nicholson. He's not having the best of games, Sam Nicholson, and I'll move Ryu over into the right. He's not having the best of games either, and I'm going to bring on Posibon for Rudden. Again, it says he's not having the best of games. He's isolated, which is probably a big part of that problem. But just giving some fresh legs up there might make a difference. They've still not changed anything formation-wise, so that's fine by me. Last sub. Right. Decision time. Right. Going into the tactics to make this last sub because I'm going to bring McGinn. Undo last. I'm going to bring McGinn across here. I'm going to make him a box-to-box midfielder on support. And I'm going to bring on João Teixeira for Jack Thompson. He's just tied in a bit too much, I think. Tactics player. Again, mark specific player. Yes, thank you very much. You're still doing that as well, aren't you? Yes, so that's fine. McGinn might suit the box-to-box role more than Jack Thompson did. Forgot I had this set to a box-to-box role because I had to play McGinn there one game. It should be a centre midfield defend that is in that role. McGinn with a corner, whipped in towards Sasso. Ryu brings it down the wing, whips in only as far as Zuber. Cleared for Celtic. Griffiths, and this is where Celtic look dangerous. They've got a man over, but Ronan Miller equal to the threat of Lee Griffiths. Michael Devlin. John McGinn can't get there, and Kane's in yards of space. He's been sitting there for a while. Puts it well wide though. And it's a goal kick. I'm tempted to go into the formation that I was going to go into, but because I made all 3 subs, I can't do that now because I needed Jack Thompson to be able to do it. Rob Elliott takes a free kick, and Bobby Madden blows for full time. 2-all is 0-0. Sorry, is the final score. Where the hell I got 2-all from, I don't know. I'm happy because we've won the league, so whatever. That 18 goal difference, we only had 1 shot on target. That's a little bit embarrassing. We did give up 14 shots, but none were obviously that major. Let's have a look at the match stats. Was there any clear-cut chances? They had 1 clear-cut chance and hit the post with it by the looks of it. We had 1 half chance. Assume that was when Sam Nicholson broke and didn't pass. Leave this match. We should now be crowned champions. We have to pay Hearts because we had a deal in that with Jamie Walker, unfortunately. Rangers qualify for the Champions League. Rangers have done the double, so a potential domestic treble. Curtain comes down. 12 million are given us for next season, which is good. I don't know if that is before or after the major deal that I've done. Again, I'll go through that. 2 in a row for Rangers. Also, I gave myself a nickname so that I just come up as Don. I got sick of getting addressed as that. I covered that a little bit in my Motorsport Manager Let's Play. Basically, I went with Don T in that because I was frustrated getting addressed as that. T didn't look too bad. But on Football Manager you can set a nickname, so in future series and this series I'll just call myself the Don and just give myself a nickname right from the off, because hi the or the said or I'm unhappy with the just doesn't look right and it's frustrating. But so Don will look fine. Could request a new contract. How long do I have on my contract? 2021, so I've got another 2 years. I'll request a new contract, see if we can get an extra year. Thank you very much, Dave. He's going to offer me a new contract. Ian Durant has crazed me. Ajay will be leaving. 3.4 million for finishing first. That's handy. And we're pleased to announce we will go for a new contract. So we're up to 18 million in the bank. That hasn't really changed. We've got a big chunk to go out with the deal of the marquee signing. That has now been confirmed. If you go back a couple of episodes, you will see who it is, but I will confirm it in more detail in the transfer window episode. As you can see, I'm just pressing play there. As you can see, 3 contracts expire before the cup final. But we'll now go to the cup final. We'll skip to then, and I will be back for that. And welcome back to the Scottish Cup final. Hibs are made the favourites by both the media and the bookies. Bit concerning that. But given the amount of injuries we have, it is not surprising. Chris Willock also picked up an injury, so Martin Naismith has to start on the right as well, because Sam Nicholson and Jack Hamilton are cup tied. So we're without 7 or 8 players that would be in our first team for a cup final. Not good. Slightly starting to regret switching my training to my team training to assistant manager now. So we've got Roddy McCrory in goal, Lee Wallace and Ronan Miller at fullbacks, Sasso and Devlin back in the centre back position. Rossiter is holding, Thompson and McGinn again in the midfield positions, with Ryu, Naismith and Rudden the further forward men. Naismith has played well in this competition, so I've got hope that he can have a good game. But given that this is a strong Hibs team that doesn't seem to be suffering with the same kind of injuries that we're looking at that we have, I'm a bit worried, to be honest. So I've gone for the 4-5-1 again, although they do have a couple of injured players playing. But yeah, we've gone for the 4-5-1 again, basically because we've struggled with Hibs recently. We've got so many injuries. We're playing a weakened team, so it's not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. And Brian Davidson's going to have a field day with me because I'm meant to be playing him in cup games, so I forgot to put him in. Whoops. And if you look at our bench as well, Declan Rice, Mark Mitchell, Billy Sinclair, Posibon, Villiers and Texeria. So Texeria and Posibon are the only ones, and we've only able to name 6 subs as well, because we've only got 2 goalkeepers and one of them's cup tied, and the rules for the competition means you're meant to have 2 goalkeepers in your squad. So it's a bit embarrassing, to be honest, but it's what it is really. No, it's going to be Rossiter doing the marking this time. You've got 2 holding midfielders to mark actually, so we're going to get you doing good staffs in our Quina. It's recommending Quina, so we'll do Quina. Slightly worrying this. Hopefully we can get them on the break. Again, I'm just going to keep that formation thing in the top left corner, purely because I want to see if they change to adjust to our 4-5-1. Although they have played the Christmas tree and everything we've played them, and I've seen them using the Christmas tree formation in other people's saves as well, that other people have got Rangers series on YouTube, and Hibs have played them the Christmas tree against them as well. Jason Cummins is a striker I'm interested in signing. I scouted him earlier in the season, said he's not interested, which is sad. I think he would cost a fair bit of money as well, but again would be another sort of, maybe a big sort of name signing given the amount of goals he scored in the league for the last 2 seasons. Not as big as the one that I've got coming in, but I might try and make some waves and see what we can do with that, because it would be nice to have a striker that is in consistent form scoring goals for European football, particularly given how many games we're going to have, and Sasso's made a foul. So penalty in the 34th minute of the Scottish Cup final. Jason Cummins to take, I imagine. Although I don't think his number's 35. It is Jason Cummins. Roddy went the right way. Couldn't keep it out. Jason Cummins keeps on his fantastic goal scoring form against Rangers. Very good record against Rangers in real life and on this game against me. 1-0 down, and we're playing a defensive tactic. Got a free kick though. McGinn whips in. Lee Wallace, it's in! I don't know how many more games he's going to get to play for us, because he is deteriorating. His contract's up at the end of next season. I said I would like to keep him for the rest of his career. Sadly, I just don't think that's going to be possible. I might look at selling him in the window. We've got the lad coming in from Man United that wants to play left back. We've got Brian Davidson, who's developing quite nicely. We've got options, and I think there's another option that's coming up on a free transfer that's been on my short list. I had him on my sort of eye for centre back, but it's saying he's a natural left back. So Hibs kick off this second half. Gasparotto, former Rangers youth player of course, at the heart of their defence. They bring on Posibon. He's done well against Hibs for me in the past. Rudden's not having the best of games, neither is Naismith, and Posibon can play both those positions. Decisions. I think we're going to bring on Posibon for Naismith. And I'm going to calmly tell Zach Rudden to show some passion. He's saying he's looking motivated, so that's maybe a bit overkill, but let's see if we can just get that 6.5 up. It says we're weathering a storm right now. I've only made one sub here, and we're going towards extra time sort of time, so I think we have to bring on Mark Mitchell for Rio just because he's tiring so much. We'll need to make a midfield change as well, but I'm going to give that until extra time, or until we score, basically, to do. Right, come on guys. And we're going to go into tactics, and we're going to bring on Texeria for Thompson, and we're going to swap McGinn and Texeria around again. Start extra time. Hopefully having that extra sub going into extra time might help us, although Texeria, he's just lost it to Queena. And Hibs on the break. He's found Cummins again, and again Jason Cummins has scored. Right, we need to change it. We need to go into the 4-2-3-1 wide. Rossiter, you can go there. McGinn can go there. In fact, we've actually got perfect players on the pitch for this, almost, to do this, so let's go. And I'll give it till half time, and then I'll go to overload for the second half. Jason Cummins is an absolute scourge of me in this game. It's Craig Sibbald. Suso got dragged out of position. He had to be fair, and McCrory just not really diving. He should be diving down at Cummins' feet there, and he just doesn't. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go into overload for the second half. I can't make any real other changes to change this, do I? No. Right, overload, team talk, aggressive, show some passion. Of course, the last Scottish Cup final in real life, it was a Rangers versus Hibs final, both for championship clubs then, of course, with Rangers winning the league, and Hibs won that final in almost the dying embers. Oh, that's fallen lovely for Mark Mitchell. Playing inside forward, which is not really that comfortable with. I could change him to a winger, that might work, I don't know. Rossiter. Texeria, we're getting a bit more of the ball now. That's not going to get to Ronan Miller, unfortunately. McCrory with a goal kick, launched forward towards Posibon. Can't win it in the air, but it falls kindly for Devlin. Ronan Miller has got Posibon ahead, finds him, but Posibon's touch is extremely poor and falls straight to Sibbald. Thompson, Sibbald. He's found Jason Cummins, and he's shot from distance, and McCrory saves. Thrown out to Lee Wallace. Schimmel with a throw in. Forward, come on. Need to be doing better here. Good work, Texeria. Rudden. Frustrating stuff, that. Just hitting off the back of his heel. I'm not paying enough attention. And again, just not paying enough attention in that midfield, guys. Come on. I'm going to aggressively still. I can't make a attack. A thingy. It's not letting me. Come on. Queen's got it in. Cummins scores again. Jason Cummins has scored a hat-trick in this game. Just so many mistakes in the midfield, which is not like us. Frustrated. Frustrating. But our form at the end of the season has not been good, and our record against Hibs is not good, so it's maybe not that surprising. Here comes Sibbald, and he's put that one wide. Cleared out toward Posibon. His touch is good this time and he's got past his man. Brings it down the wing. Whips in. Rudden. Back in this at least. 3-2. Posibon doing really well down that right wing. And Rudden slotting home from a very acute angle. The keeper does get a touch to it, but not enough. And it's good to see him just going picking out the ball straight out the net. Posibon with a free kick. Can we do the impossible? Towards Devlin. It comes out. John McGinn. We've done it! We're level! Come on! We're going to just go to control now. And in fact, I'm actually going to go to tactics. Control. I'm going to sit a bit deeper. Just to not allow coming in behind too much. Basically, I just want to take this to penalties now. And in 5 minutes, we're 3-1 down. We've got it back to level terms. Goalkeeper in no man's land after punching it clear. I think it was him that punched it clear anyway. If not, he's came for it. A defender's headed. It was a defender, and the goalkeeper's caught in no man's land. And John McGinn with the easiest volley he's ever going to have on his weaker left foot. Just slots it home. Ronan Miller plays it forward. Biscoli heads clear. Come on, just be a pointless highlight. Please just be the most pointless highlight you've ever had in pointless highlight. Cummins has scored. All that hard work to get back into the game, and they just find Jason Cummins again. And again, there's no reason for that defender to go across there. Keeper should do better. Heartbreak in the 120th minute of this game. And I feel if we had our strongest team, we would have won this game as well, but it is what it is. Hibs have won the Scottish Cup. We can't quite do the treble. A double will have to do. Vincent Sasso's apparently had a howler. Not happy with the result. Can't say Hibs didn't deserve to win, although we were on our defensive tactic for 90 minutes. I'm going to kind of add to a list here, declare interest. I'm going to do it this actually, and see if we can do it. Although this actually does it as if it's before the game, right enough. Says that Rangers does not want to join Rangers, so we'll see what we can do. Anyway, that is the end of this episode. I will be back for the end of season review in episode 28. If you liked, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. I'm a bit disappointed, obviously, right now, so I do apologise. But we've won the league, so Champions League football next season, so I should be happy. I'm just disappointed to have not got the Scottish Cup. Nonetheless, thank you very much, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.